Hi, I'm Sheilaa Hite, world-class astrologer, tarot master, spellcaster, medium, and all-around magical being, and I'm here with this week's astrology. So, the fashion accessory for this week is ankle weights. Ankle weights, yes, you'll see. Today, Monday, we have two aspects. Venus, the planet of relationships, the planet of balance and healing, the planet of diplomacy, trine, making a harmonious, triangular, beneficial aspect to the planet Pluto. Pluto is transformation. Pluto is deep honesty. Pluto is deep healing. Pluto takes no prisoners. So Venus trine Pluto, this is a time to be balanced with your relationships, with yourself and with others. So this aspect encourages honesty, totally be honest with yourself. This, by the way, is said to be the hardest thing for human beings to do, is tell themselves the truth. Well, this is a really good day for it. And be aware that the idea of the day, as I'm talking about the day, doesn't stop at the end of a 24-hour period. That these aspects are at their zenith at the time I mention a day, but they have been affecting us for the previous few days and will be affecting us for the next few days. So they all not only overlap, they intermingle, and just be aware that this is a time to tell yourself the truth. It's a time when you can heal a lot of emotional, mental issues, and a lot of soul wounds can be healed by addressing them honestly. So this gives you an opportunity to deal with trust, trusting yourself as well as others. Very important. We also have Mercury, the planet of communication, trine Neptune. Neptune is spirituality, it's imagination, it's illusion. So anytime Mercury is associated with Neptune, it's a time to really to dream, to imagine, to create, to play. It's a time also to pray, to meditate. It is not a time to sign papers. It is not a time to make binding commitments, because signing papers and binding commitments when Neptune is present around the planet Mercury usually gets you into trouble and involves a lot of twisting and turning to try and get out of it. So the next aspect the next day that we have to deal with something heavy or something intense is Wednesday. On Wednesday, the planet Venus, as I said before, relationships, balance, diplomacy, healing, and money, the planet Venus enters its own sign, Libra. Venus rules two signs, Taurus and Libra. Well, it's entering Libra. So with Venus will be in Libra from November 8th to December 4th. So you'll tend to want money and to value harmony in all areas of your life, especially relationships. Now, I said you're going to want money. Yes, money is going to be very important. So watch and balance how you deal with your money. Please avoid aggressive or rude behavior, because this is definitely not the time for it. And as we know, just looking at our whole political world, it is not the time for it. There is a need for peace, justice, and equality. Don't give in to people-pleasing. And unfortunately, one of the aspects of Libra is people-pleasing. Please don't give in to it. And don't give in to codependency impulses. Codependency really doesn't support you. It just looks like it does until you receive the bill. Frequent reality checks are important. You need to check in. You need to see if you're balanced, if you're harmonious with your surroundings, with yourself, and wear ankle weights. Now, all week, it's a good idea to wear ankle weights, but certainly on Wednesday, put ankle weights on. We next have Mercury making an aspect to Pluto. It's an opportunity aspect. And that's good because your communication is making an opportunity aspect to deeply held beliefs and to deep honesty. So this aspect gives us an opportunity to be aware of our deep intuitive powers and feelings. I call this the great detective aspect. Previously hidden information is very likely to show up. Maybe you'll get a phone call. Maybe you'll read a headline. Maybe you'll be standing in line at the store and somebody before you says something and it's the piece of information you needed. This is really great when Mercury is sextile Pluto. On Thursday, Mercury, the planet of communication, enters the sign Sagittarius, far-flung, freedom-loving Sagittarius. So when Mercury is in Sagittarius, we tend to consciously seek deeper meanings on a day-to-day basis for our lives. We want to know deeper meanings for the experiences we're having. You'll have a tendency to be more optimistic and hopeful and to believe in positive outcomes because Sagittarius really does trust that we're all going to be taken care of. It's pretty phenomenal. Please pay attention to details and diplomacy because Sagittarius is always in a hurry. Sagittarius doesn't have time to cross the T's or dot the I's. This is not always a good thing. Although Sagittarius has a good sense of humor and a positive outlook, it's not always tactful, and it can suffer from foot and mouth syndrome. Foot and mouth syndrome. I have planets in Sagittarius. I know what this means. I learned a long time ago that as long as my foot was going to be up at my mouth so often, I should at least wear pretty socks. I should entertain other people and I should have something to look at that doesn't totally turn me off after I have, said something. Try and avoid the aspect of Mercury in Sagittarius because it brings you tremendous wisdom and it allows you to expand the way you think, which keeps you really in touch with your blessings and your luck because Sagittarius rules that too. On Friday, Mercury, the planet of communication, is square, making an abrasive aspect with the planet Saturn. Saturn is structure. Saturn does not have time for silliness. Saturn is, what are the details? What are the facts? Let's get going. So when Mercury squares Saturn, there can be delays, there can be obstacles that you need to just wait through. The delays and obstacles are there for a reason. Instead of fighting the delays and trying to get over the obstacles, contemplate the reason for them. You'll really understand that you're not being nothing's being withheld from you, that you're really being held back to A, protect yourself, and B, to get a better idea of what's going on. Then Saturday, we have Mars, the planet of how we do things, how we get things done, the planet of aggression. We have Mars opposite the planet Uranus. Uranus is the planet of anything can and probably will happen. People are likely to act very excitably and unpredictably. This is by Saturday. It'll be working up to it from about Wednesday on. This impulse for independence and rebelliousness is very strong. Please breathe. Arguments, accidents, and confrontations will happen if you are not mindful. Be mindful every minute. Saturday is a day to walk on feather pillows. Let's not make those big demands or those big statements. Just breathe. Stay grounded. Again, ankle weights. And take your time making decisions. It's really important because Mars is opposite Uranus. You don't want to make a decision that you're going to regret. And whenever Mars and Uranus are involved, that can happen if you're not taking it easy, counting to 10, and breathing. So on that note, happy week, ankle weights, bye.